Let us take a look at another question on direct variation. In a situation where you have P varies directly as the square of Q. When P equal to 25, Q equal to 4. Find the first question here. P when Q is equals to 5, and question 2 is Q when P is equals to 75. Now, if you look at this question now, we discover that we're not told to find the relationship. And like I said earlier, for you to be able to solve questions like this, you will need to establish the relationship, whether you are told to do so or not. So let us go straight into this. We're told from the question that P varies directly with the square of Q. That means we have P varies directly with the square of Q. So when we introduce constant K to it now, we're going to have our expression as P is equals to KQ squared. And from the question, we're told that when P is equals to 25, Q is equals to 4. So we're going to have 25 is equals to K, then 4 squared. That means our expression will be 25 is equals to 16K, because 4 squared is what? Is 16. So when we divide both sides by 16, we are going to have 25 over 16 is equals to 16K over 16. So from here, we are going to have 25 over 16 as the value of our K. So from here, in as much as we're not told to establish the relationship, we have to do that, because that will not help us to answer other questions. So we can now say, okay, relationship between P and Q. So we are coming back to this place. That means we are going to have P equal to, our K now is 25 over 16. So we are going to have 25Q squared. Everything all over what? 16. So this is the relationship that will now help us to answer question number 1. Likewise, question number 2. Let us look at the first question. We're told to find the value of P when Q is equal to 5. And from our relationship, we have it that P is equals to 25Q squared over 16. So by the time we substitute the value of 5 for Q in the expression, we are going to have P is equal to 25 to multiply 5 squared over 16. This is the same thing as saying 25. Then 5 squared is what? Is another 25 over 16. Then we have P is equals to 25 times 25 is 625. Then if we divide 625 by 16, we should be having 39.06. So this is the value for P when Q is equal to 5. All right. Let us look at the second question. We're asked to find Q when P is equal to 75. And from our relationship, we have P equal to 25 Q squared over 16. So when we now substitute the value 75 for P, we should be able to have 75 is equals to 25 Q squared over 16. So the next thing we'll do is for us to cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, we are going to have it as 25 Q squared is equals to 75 times 16. So our 25 Q squared should give us 1200. And then from here, we should be able to go ahead to divide. So by the time we divide both sides by 25, we should have 25 Q squared over 25 is equals to 1200 over 25. So Q squared should give us 48. And for us to get the value of Q, we have to square root both sides. So we are going to write square root both sides. So we are now going to have it here as square root of Q squared is equal to square root of 48. So at the end, Q will come out of the square root sign. And by the time we square root 48, though it's not a perfect square, when we square root it, we are going to have 6.9 as our value for Q. So that is the value you get when P is equals to what? 75.